go ahead and do a one of the molds from the bird haul. So I'm going to do the little one that's got alcohol all over it. So I'm going to do this little one right here, the one that's kind of like sitting up. So we're going to do this one. And I sound like this because I do have my PPE on. I've got my nitrile gloves and my mask on. I know not everybody feels like they need to wear a mask. I want to wear a mask, so I'm wearing a mask. Okay, so I've already mixed my resin, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do that. I've made about 4 ounces. I measured this little bird, and I think it's right about 2 ounces. So I made 4, just to make sure. So I'm going to split this out. Half. Okay, so that's right about right. So hopefully I measured correctly, and the bird takes about 2 ounces. So we're going to find out soon enough. All right, so I was going to make the bird kind of like on a gray color, like kind of like a dove. So I think I'm going to do what kind of like powder do I want? So this is pewter. It's a little dark, but we'll make it work. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna try that. See if I can get it to kind of look I want. I really don't want it dark, and that's a dark gray, so that's a little darker than what I was wanting. So I'm going to add a little bit of white, but I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to overdo the resin. So if you add too much mica powder, it kind of gets the resin stays kind of soft. It doesn't prevent it from curing, but it kind of makes it bendy. It never gets out of that bendy stage. At least it's my experience. That's still a little darker than what I was wanting, but we're going to go with it. It's still a pretty. I'm going to put just a little more white in there. Hope you guys can hear me. The first video that I did like this, you couldn't hardly hear me, so I had to do the entire thing as a voiceover. So hopefully you can hear me better. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. So I'm going to let that degas for a little bit. And so while I'm waiting, I'm not going to use all of it just in case I need to top it off, but I am going to use, here right there. I do want to make this cross, and I want it in like a pink. So I'm going to use pigment, I'm just going to use a little bit. Because I know this does not take much. I've made one before. And it does not take much. That may be too much as it is. So, here's my lost my Swift stick. I guess I'll just use this one. What happened to that? There we go. Okay. Yes, that's what I want right there. So this cross is, you can't hardly tell until it's unmolded, but it's bent a little bit. So, it like curves like this. I made a black one, and if you saw my last video, I don't know if I've posted that video yet or not, but I put it on a keychain. I had made one and put it on a keychain. So yeah, it's just a little curved. So it's kind of hard to top off. I'm going to, here's what it is. Okay, here's what it is. Hopefully those bubbles dissipate. Okay, so I'm going to dump this in one of the little pots that I'm keeping almost ready to top off. Good enough. All right. That's really pretty now. All right, so now this mold has a lot of texture to it, so I hope it doesn't get a lot of bubbles. And it does have, it's not really deep because it's, looks like it's got maybe a opening there or something, but we'll see. just about 2 ounces. Okay, so top that off. Okay. That sit a minute before I put it into my curing rack. And my curing rack is not heated, it's just a rack that gets it out of my way. So I'm going to put this here. Okay, it's almost so close. Oops. Okay, there's that. Right. Okay, the bubbles are starting to dissipate, so that's good. All right, now this is something that I had started. As you can see, it started to cure crooked or tilted or what's it called? Uneven. That's what I needed to say. So I'm going to put some black mica into this. That's charcoal. I think that's the one though. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I think I did combo. Alright, so let's put one of these. One of these. Right. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this will cure this time. This is it's a plaque, and it came with little hooks, and you make like a, I don't know, hook to hang your keys or something on. So, maybe I can finish this off. Get a little shaky. Okay, I'm not going to keep that cup. I'm going to clean this up. One thing about mica, black mica powder, it gets on everything. I think that's still a little uneven. Yeah, it is. It is. Yep. The toilet is a little uneven. Yep. Well, I'm going to. I've got one of those J. Diction leveling boards, so I'm going to go ahead and get it out and lay all these on there. Actually, I'm just going to put them in my curing rack, because the curing rack is supposed to be level, so we'll see. So I will put these all on my curing rack, and I will see you on demold. Okay, so we're ready to demold, and I know that I did not pour all of these on camera, but we are going to have a demold extravaganza here. So start with the ones that we did do on camera. I know we did this one, and we finished this one. And I believe that one and this one. So we'll do those. So we'll start with this little cross. It's just a pink cross, and that's it. That's all it is. It's very simple. Pretty. I don't know, but I might take a silver marker and go around the inside of the cross and the outside just to kind of add a little extra to it, but there's that. Alright, and I believe I did some of it. I may have only done the end of it. I don't know, maybe I didn't do any of it. I don't know, but anyway. This was a I filled it, finished filling it with some resin that I had left over, so. Alright, it's a little Highland cow. I might add some highlights to him, stuck on me, so that I can camouflage some of that. Right, and then this was the bird that we did from the Everything's Bird haul that I had. There's that. Got a few those bubbles, or can't tell if that is mica powder deposits or if it's, I think it's mica powder deposits because I don't feel, they might be bubbles, I don't know. But there's my little bird, kind of like a dove. So I'll color the beak. And let's see what else did we do. I think this is the only other thing that we did on camera. So this is like a little plaque that I had started, and then I finished with you. There's that. Looks like it bled in a little, quite a bit. You can tell that my mold, I was afraid of, I don't know if you can see that, but the piece came in it and it imprinted on there. And now you can see it's imprinted on there. So I might have to put a top coat on that. I don't know, we'll see. But here are the little hooks that you put on there. Like a car key, or I don't know, now it's car fob hanger. Got a lot of overspill I need to clean up, but this was actually pink. I don't know if you can tell. It was pink, but the black bled into it. So I don't know if I'll make another one that's actually pink to go with this, or I'll just paint these black. I don't know. Alright, so there's that. Alright, let's do this one now. This was also one that I had done with a couple different times with leftover resin. So he's going to be at least 2-tone. I can't remember if he's 2 or 3-tone. See a big old bubble. Okay, I didn't want you to have to watch that struggle. So yeah, there's several bubbles. They were leftover resin. Lots of bubbles under his chin. Lots of micro bubbles. So I will, and there's 3 tones there. So I will probably just paint the whole thing, fill in, and just paint it. Cute little mold though. I've never made it before. Make it without bubbles, it'd be really cute. Alright, so then the other one is this little pot. And this one has 2 or 3 tones in it too, I believe. Looks like, did I use my, looks like I used my torch on this, but I don't remember using my torch on this. I probably did, not paying attention. But this is just the very ends. Still, mold still works. So, yeah, there's a couple different, trim all that off. There's a couple different tones there too, but still a very cute little jar. There's that. Oh, and then we have just some extra turtles. It's got a lot of overspill. So there's so you can see them a little better. Not the clear, but they're the ones that kind of getting lost on the dark, so they can see them a little better. So yep, okay, a couple little turtles. Looks like I got a little bit of green. Yep. So that's it for that. So thank you for joining me, and let me know what you think is your favorite or what you want me to do next. Thank you for coming, and like, subscribe, and share. Share.